Spotlight on VOP TV. Entertainment like never before.
Mr. Amechi said he's going to be the next.
The point, some of us, I think the problem is, it's unfortunate. I don't think that he remembers when he says all these things, that those who work with him before and after are still alive. And you wonder, you sit on the side and you watch a young man come out like that to make such statement, and you pinch yourself. What is going on here?
But they say that they want to fix Nigeria.
No,
that is what the ADC stands for.
No, the point that he cannot. That's what I'm saying.
Mr. Amechi said he's going to be the next president of Nigeria.
No, please.
If given the ticket.
Please. No, you know he won't get the ticket.
Why?
No,
Why not?
Please. You see what he said, that I read, he said he knows the weaknesses of the president. So he knows how to defeat him. But he also knew the weakness of the president in 2022. When the president defeated him mercilessly in their primaries. He didn't know his weaknesses then. It is now he knew the weaknesses.
Maybe he has studied it and
okay, now he has studied it. But let me tell you, Nigerians know the last person they will give ticket, because you know that is dead on arrival. You know called dead on arrival. If you say ADC, how is it a coalition? What makes them coalition? What is the coalition?
So what's your question?
A lot of people.
So how do you see? Will they be able to survive even next year?
All their political nature are known for the campaign going from one party to the other. So every political period you do coalition. Every political period you do a coalition. Every political period you do coalition. Which you see, if you say some people who have joined ADC, it's okay. This is not the first time they have joined new parties. Take, for example, it is in their bloodstream that this is what they are going to do. That you can't change it. Atiku was in PDP in 1999. You forgot?
No.
You forgot?
No.
Under passenger had problem with him. Is that correct? Later he joined who?
Yes.
AC.
Yes.
Which AC was controlled by who? Was controlled by who? Not by the president now. First, say speak out.
We're asking questions.
No, you can't. You know. Now, what happened to him after he came back to PDP? Is that correct? Is that not correct? Then what happened? He moves again to APC. Is that correct? From APC again, he came back to PDP. Is that not correct? Is that not correct?
Yeah.
Just to get presidential ticket every time. Then, from PDP now, he has gone to where again?
ADC.
Kai.
The Southeast, they were trying to find a place. Majority of them tried to align with Alhaji Atiku Abubakar. The North Central, Peter Obi used dangerous rhetoric and deceived the church that he is going to take the country back to the church. And he got the number he could muster. You see this thing? This is going to be like I don't know how to describe it, but let me take you zone by zone. You see the Southeast, I guarantee you President Bola Tinubu is going to get more than 4 times, if not 6 times the value of the vote he got.
So
because all the
governors get 800,000 votes or 700,000 in the Southeast, that's what he's saying.
No, he will get up to 2 million. But let me tell you.
In the Southeast,
yes.
Where will he get that?
Let me tell you why.
How many votes are there in the Southeast?
There are lots of votes.
Yeah, but the question is that if Peter Obi is not on the ballot.
No, Peter Obi will never. He's a director general in ADC, the coalition of.
Peter Obi has 3 options on the table right now.
Which option?
PDP, Labour Party, ADC.
Let me tell you, those who were saying PDP, when he had Jonathan, immediately he said he's Labour. And why he's Labour? He said he swore he never said he's Labour. He is. He said ADC. Then he swore that he's Labour. As I tell you, he's not going to get a ticket in any of the parties. That is Peter Obi. Now, the problem now is that he might not even get the vice presidential ticket from the way things are going. But whether Peter Obi is a ticket bearer of the party, Peter Obi has lost more than 50% of his vote because they were not votes that were built on agenda and politics. They were built on rhetoric and division. And Nigerian people's eyes are open. That is one, Southeast. When you go to the South, when President Bola Tinubu came, you know most of the governors were PDP governors in the South. Tell me a state in the South that is not supporting Ashwaji Bola Tinubu.
There are two key individuals that I have tremendous respect for. One is Peter Obi. He is welcome. I welcome him openly. Labour Party welcomes him to still come and retain the Labour Party ticket and contest in 2027 with or without me. And ADC is welcome to adopt a southern candidate. But at the same time, I pray for a day that Nigerian politics will develop to, will rise to the level that we create new geopolitical.
Hello, those voices were the voices of FCT Minister Nyesom Wike, who is the former governor of Rivers State, and that of Daniel Bwala, special spokesperson, special assistant to the president on media, and the vice presidential candidate of the Labour Party in 2023 general elections, talking about Dati Baba Ahmed. Well, good evening and welcome to Political Lens. I am Chukuma Okoro. We are broadcasting on Metro SL TV channel 264. On YouTube, we are Voice of the People Television, and on other social media handles, we are at VOP TV Live. On the show today, Obi, Atiku, Amechi shop for another party following Tinubu APC's infiltration, interference in the ADC. This coming from insiders. Well, I am joined in the studio here by Barrister Darlington Agomo. Barrister Darlington is a VOP in-house analyst. Good evening, Barrister Darlington, and thanks for joining us on VOP. We appreciate your presence as always.
Good evening, Mr. Okura. How are you?
Very well. And virtually by Honorable Felix Pascal Pulevo, who joins us from Taraba State. Good evening, Honorable Pulevo, and thanks for being part of the show. We appreciate your presence.
Thank you, Mr. Chukuma. It's my pleasure to be here.
Okay, big time, big time. Now, political watchers are speculating that the trial of Atiku Abubakar, former president and vice president and presidential candidate of the PDP in the 2023 general election, Peter Obi, former governor of Anambra State and presidential candidate of the Labour Party in the 2023 general election, and Rotimi Amechi, former governor of Rivers State, former minister of transportation, and APC aspirant in the 2020 presidential aspirant, by the way, in the 2023 general election, all three determined to forge a coalition to take Tinubu out in 2027, are surreptitiously shopping for another political party to realize their ambition. Now, this is coming on the heels of yet another speculation that the interminable problems in the Labour Party, PDP, and lately the ADC are caused by the ruling party and their agents. Presidential spokespersons Bayo Ononuga, Daniel Bwala, have openly said that Peter Obi will not fly the flag of any political party in 2027, even as Nyesom Wike described Atiku as a man who jumps from one party to the other. Well, speaking with a certain level of certainty, Nigerians recall what the president, talking about President Bola Tinubu, said in 2023, that there wouldn't be Labour Party in 2027. Well, with Atiku out of the PDP, the threat of PDP seems to have been buried alive. Well, just moments after the trial endorsed the ADC as the coalition party, internal wranglings created by elements far from positions of authority in the ADC have thrown a spanner in the works of the ADC, lending pundits to believe that the problems are orchestrated by outsiders, possibly from the ruling party. Well, gentlemen, thanks for being part of the show once again. Mr. Pulevo, let's start with you. Do you believe that the problems within the opposition parties are seen in the LP, that's Labour Party, PDP, and lately the ADC? The problems are orchestrated, that they are orchestrated by the ruling party, the president or his men. Is it a matter of bad workmen quarreling with their tools? People having an external locus of control by always blaming others for their problems, or what? Let us into what you feel and know to be the true position of things.
All right, thank you, Mr. Chukuma. It's actually funny if you have your house with your wife and children,
and then you'll be blaming your neighbors for the misbehavior of your children. You know, that would be so funny. Because, and I think that is what is largely playing out in most of these parties that you earlier enumerated, accusing the APC or the president of the issues in Labour Party, the issues lately in ADC now. It's uncalled for, and it's a show of more or less unseriousness on their part to fix themselves up. And that can also go a long way in clearly proving to you that they are not serious to play the role of an opposition in this country. Because if truly you want to play the role of an opposition, you should be able to structure out things, put your house in order, so much so that the president or the APC as a political party cannot easily penetrate. That means for us to be willing that we want to unseat APC, all of us have resolved that we are going to put aside our personal differences, put aside that over ambitiousness, and see that we put that interest and desire to unseat the president, number one. And by so doing, we will resist any temptation that may come our way towards him trying to cause a lot of fracas and rancor. But you see, such kind of things are not there. And then even 2 years before the election, blame games have commenced. They are already clamoring and saying this one, that one, you know, PDP is the cause of this. Sadly enough, look at the kind of energy with which ADC came up, assuring Nigerians we are going to do it. This is a formidable force. We are going to. But then we conducted the funeral of ADC last week on 16th when the elections were held. They could not even win one seat, you know, which is really a bad one. In all the by-elections, some of them took place in some of the states of the key players of ADC. We had by-elections in most of their states, but yet none of them could win a seat. So it clearly tells you that there was probably no enough preparations and adequate planning for the work ahead. But they just went ahead declaring war when their team was not ready.
Okay, now, Honorable, doesn't it look like when Nigerians judge the ADC based on the just concluded by-elections, isn't it too quick? I mean, this party, the coalition adopted this party not quite 3 months. So what did you expect? What did Nigerians expect them to do? To like do magic, fly a magic wand or what? I mean, we are still putting their acts together, and there are problems here and there. They didn't even campaign. So in some of the locations, some of the constituencies, they didn't have candidates. So what exactly did Nigerians want them to do?
No, we are just, if Nigerians are judging them, we're just judging them based on what they said. Some of them even took to air and said the by-elections will clearly reveal what awaits the ruling party in 2027. They made such kind of pronouncements. During the campaigns, El-Rufai, for example, went into Kaduna with the SDP guy. You know, they were all there. We saw them, we watched them online. And then they were all there talking to the people that they were going to show the people that APC was already dead and that they were the main people in APC, begging the people that we made mistake of bringing this guy. Give us another opportunity to correct the mistake. So they said it, and we're judging them by their words. So if they knew they were not ready, they would rather say, this one, we are not ready for this. In 2027, we are going to prepare ahead of 2027. And by 2027, we are going to prove our worth, our competence, our capacity, and our character in showing the APC and the ruling party that we can be able to put them out of power. But they told us that they can do it even now. And then we expected them to be able to try. Our people say a beautiful Friday is seen from the Monday. You know? So
all right. Thank you very much, Honorable Pulevo. Now let's come back to the studio where we have Barrister Darlington. Now, Barrister, we are going to talk about the by-elections, you know, and how the parties perform, the ruling party and the opposition parties. Now, when the president speaks, or when he spoke last time, even when he speaks now, like he said, the people that are trying to coalesce against me, it is a band of frustrated politicians, you know. And when his men speak, they speak with a certain level of authority. They wouldn't be LP by 2027. Obi wouldn't get any ticket. Atiku can't win in 2027. Are they playing politics, or are they more like playing revealing a plan that has been laid out to ensure that the opposition parties don't breathe. What do you think? Are they playing politics? Are they giving us sound bites? Are they jittery? Are they also scared? Are they trying to be defensive in their comments? Or do you think that they are playing out a script, a plan that's already written somewhere? Look, we must make sure that these people don't come up. What do you think, sir?
Thank you, Mr. Okoro. In the first place, it looks like the ruling party have taken advantage of the gentleness of the opposition. The opposition is too gentle for my liking. Seriously. By now, I expected them to be punching hard. They are the reason why the ruling party is now infiltrating them. Because, like I told you the other time, no fly can perch on a hot iron. This hot iron used to press clothes. No fly can perch on it. It is only when the iron is cold that they can do that. So right now, I expect the coalition or the opposition to come together and face this common enemy. Instead of running from pillar to post, how long will they run? Hold on. How long will they run? That's my question. You cannot continue to claim that somebody infiltrated you. What are you doing? Look, by now, I expected the opposition to be writing to international community, UN, US, UK, Canada, all of them, telling them how the ruling party is undermining democracy in Nigeria, telling them how the ruling party is suppressing opposition, telling them how the ruling party is infiltrating and disorganizing the opposition using state resources. These are issues they should be talking about, because APC did it before 2015. They were campaigning hard. In fact, Lai Mohammed used to issue 3 to 4 press statements in a day. When Jonathan coughed in Aso Rock, Lai Mohammed will go and tell the whole world that, look, the way this man is coughing is too loud. He's like he's planning something. Then the man in the US, John Kerry, will fly down to come and tell Jonathan, Mr. President, we heard that you are coughing too much and too loud. Okay. Can you slow down so that there will be peace in your country? That one will. All right, but Barrister, so I'm happy. When you see this type of, yeah, they did it. There's nothing the APC did not do. Okay. When they were in opposition. So what is this opposition doing? Okay, Barrister, I'll come back to my question, but you have raised a few talking points. Now, when you talked about what Lai Mohammed did and how John Kerry flew into Nigeria to have audience with Minister of Foreign Affairs, with Jonathan and all of that, a certain Canadian court said that, look, PDP and APC, Nigerian political parties, are terrorist organizations. So, do you think that the opposition should have taken advantage of that ruling? Exactly. To do, how would they, or how, you're a lawyer, God. How would they do that? In fact, oh my God, this is a very potent weapon in the hands of the opposition. I am telling you, if it was in the days of APC as the opposition, they will make a heavy political capital out of this. I'm not joking. Barrister, if you were the publicity secretary of the opposition party, let's say PDP or ADC, how would you take advantage of that court ruling? In fact, you know, some people are not even aware. I will make sure that this particular ruling is in the consciousness of every Nigerian. Okay. Consciousness of every. I will say it. In fact, I will say it 3 times in a day. No. Talking about the international angle that you brought into it, how John Kerry was coming, you know, flying in to hold meeting with Jonathan and all of that. Yes. How do if you were the national public secretary of one of the opposition parties, how will you take advantage of that ruling to draw the attention of the international community? Of course, with what the APC have done so far in office against the opposition, is that not enough to alert the international community of how this government is undermining democracy? Okay. I mean, the facts are there. All this infiltration, they have facts. And you think that the United States will act? Why not? How would they act when the person on seat is supposedly one of their active agents? So we were told. No. Look, that one is between the CIA and FBI. American agencies. American security agencies. Yes, as far as Donald Trump is concerned, he doesn't want to hear that name, Tinubu. Are you sure? I am very, very sure. That's why he has not visited that place. Tinubu have traveled all over the place, but he can't go to America. Why do you think so? If Donald Trump is a friendly personality, Tinubu would have gone there to even welcome him and congratulate him for winning the
but Barrister, you have brought a new perspective into all of this. Now, you said that the opposition is not throwing punches as required, like the APC did.
Yes, they are not.
Unfortunately and curiously, it is even the ruling party that is throwing punches. Look at what happened a few days ago. Aminu Tambuwal, Amechi Hodioha, David Mark, all identified with the ADC. You know, the EFCC had to arrange them again and say, look, we are looking for this amount of money. Even people that served in office over 10 years ago.
Good.
You know, so what does that tell you? It brings us back to the issue of, does it look like when the president and his men speak, there won't be this, there won't be that, nobody will get this person won't get this. Atiku is a serial contestant. Peter Obi wouldn't get a ticket in 2027. Do you think that they are acting a laid down script, a plan? Does it look like that to you? Or is it that the opposition parties that are docile? Where do we locate all of this?
I think the opposition, like I told you, they are not doing enough because the ruling party has given them enough weapon for campaign. Enough weapon for propaganda. But they are not using it. Some of the things that the ruling party is doing is unheard of, is undemocratic. Yeah, they are not highlighting it. They are not, blowing it up. Unlike what APC did in office. Like these people they arrested who are in opposition. Why can't the opposition now say, okay, please, the United Nations, America and UK, look at what people that are sympathetic to APC have done in office. Look at the level of corruption hanging on their head. Yet, all these people are walking free. But our people who have not done anything, whose case have been decided about 10, 15 years ago, they are now going to harass them and all that. These are issues they should be talking about. So that if the chiefs are, when the chiefs are down, the international community will no longer, value whatever victory they are thinking they are getting. That's the truth. You must put it on the front burner that APC is destroying democracy in Nigeria. The facts are there.
All right, then. Thank you very much, Barrister. Now, let's bring back Honorable Pulevo into this conversation. Mr. Pulevo, there is a rumor out there that the trio of Atiku Abubakar, Peter Obi, and Amechi are meeting behind closed doors, shopping for a new party, to dumb their ambition, which is take out the president from office in 2027. I don't know if you have heard that. Do you think it's a possibility, new party, register a new one, or look for another party? Which is it? Which could it be? Looks like the ADC is not working for them. So I don't know if you have heard the rumor that they are meeting behind closed doors and that they are shopping for a new political party. What do you think about all of that?
Yeah, I've heard that. And for me, it's not the issue of the party. It's not, in fact, the issue of them thinking of registering another party. If they even need a platform, I will give them one. But it's for them to put the house in order. For them to put the house in order. Because if they are accusing APC now of infiltrating ADC and causing confusion there, can they not follow them to the next party they may be going to? It's normal. So, but it's for them to structure themselves well, put up this thing in such a way that it will appeal to Nigerians. Nigerians want a situation, just like Barrister Darlington said, APC have given them a lot of reasons to be able to just have a good outing eventually. But sadly enough, they are not using it. Instead of putting their houses in order, ensuring that they come up with something that will appeal to Nigerians. Because there are even a lot of Nigerians who doubt their past. They doubt them because of their past. So they are supposed to take advantage of what is happening now, reassure Nigerians that, okay, we can be able to do better, giving us facts and figures of how we can be able to overcome this thing that can appeal to Nigerians. So it's not about shopping, going up and down one political party or the other. Sit together, find the right people, strategize before you come out. I think they are doing more talking than walking. They talk a lot. And the results are not really worthwhile. They have not really gotten themselves into a team they are already declaring war. So you find out that the workers that will be able to go and win the battle for you are not there. Because some of them are even in the good books of the APC that you want to unseat. So it's something that they need to really work on. Get the right people first, people who share the same dream and passion with you. Win the legitimacy of Nigerians that will even promote you more. And you would find out that even the way they are moving at the moment, it may not really give them the result they are seeking. Because, for example, each of them have their own followership. And the followership of each one of them have their own conditions why they are following them. Peter Obi, for example, the obedience, who are like the strongest supporters of his ambition, are so much tilted to Peter Obi only on the position of presidency. That's the truth. So much so that the obedience are like, it is presidency or nothing. So you would find out that if tomorrow they are contemplating making Peter Obi a VP somewhere, the support base of Obi may be lost. Some of them may be lost on the basis that they are not really going for a VP stuff. Some of them don't believe in the candidature of Atiku, for example. Some of them may not believe in the candidature of Amechi, for the presidency. So they are just connected. Likewise, Atiku now, he has his stronghold too. A lot of them in the north are just like, it has to be Atiku. Atiku has to just go. And he has more or less become a serial candidate all through.
Okay. All right.
He has to contest every election.
Beautiful,
so
beautiful. Honorable, I like the fact that you brought us to this point. Now, to be very honest and sincerely speaking, you are a northerner. I want you to let us into the strength of the ADC in the north. Atiku Abubakar is your kinsman. He's from Adamawa and you are from Taraba State. And
yes.
So what is the strength of the ADC? The national chairman, the interim national chairman of the ADC, David Mark, is also your kingsman, being the fact that all of you come from that stretch that is called the Middle Belt. What is the strength of the ADC in the north?
It's very poor. Candidly speaking. Much of what is here is the propaganda. You cannot see anything on ground. We are still tied down to our traditional APC and PDP here. ADC is more of Abuja and Lagos. And much of what we hear and see here is just the clips of most of the conversations they get to have in Abuja and Lagos that are being played here by us and we watch. But in real life, they don't have a presence here. And that is why I told you earlier, elections held in their localities. We had election in Atiku Abubakar's local government. State constituency election in Ganye local government. That is where he's coming from. There was a polling unit behind his house. The ADC did not even win. So if the ADC movement is real, it's something that at least a state assembly election is supposed to be a walkover for somebody who wants to win presidential election in that party. So much so that even if the ADC thing as a political party has not been accepted, it is the coalition. They've collated, they said they want to unseat. And so the coalition is supposed to, possibly if ADC doesn't have a candidate, they can adopt a candidate of the opposition, any political party, and then deliver that candidate. So we have that very much practical in my state. In Karim 1, for us it is a litmus test and it's a strong message to tell our governor that his days are just tickling and his days are numbered in the government house. Because an opposition, a young man who doesn't have so much of a political history, who won the candidate of the PDP, the ruling party. In fact, the person that resigned was from PDP, the party of the governor.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much for that update. Thank you very much for that update, Honorable. Don't you think it is because Atiku Abubakar has left the PDP in that area. Don't you think that is what happened?
Atiku Abubakar is not from Taraba.
But it's a sister state.
No. It has no effect here. Atiku's influence does not transcend to Taraba.
Okay.
That's the reality. It does not transcend his influence. How well has he been able to show his influence so much in Adama? Talk less of bringing it over to Taraba. He will have his support base in Taraba, yes.
All right.
He has people supporting him, but he cannot influence certain things. So you will see that the governor is there. If he has the capacity to influence who becomes a member in the State House of Assembly of Karim 1 in Taraba State, he should be able to have a more stronger influence in deciding who becomes the member Ganye constituency just in, where his house is located. That is his village. That is his community where he's coming from. So I think what is beginning to manifest now is, yes, indeed, we're having a coalition, and coalition is going to reign supreme in 2027.
Okay.
But it is not going to be a coalition of some elites who are disgruntled because of the situations that they found themselves politically, but it's going to be a coalition of the masses.
All right.
And the masses are beginning to come together, understand that these people don't really mean well for them, and are beginning to make their voices come.
All right, beautiful. Barrister, Honorable, we'll come back to, because we need to talk a bit more about the North and what is going on in the North. Let's come back to the studio. Barrister Darlington,
yes.
I don't know if you have heard too, like I heard, and Honorable Pulevo heard that, look, these gentlemen with El Rufai, Peter Obi, Atiku Abubakar, and Rotimi Amechi, that because of the spanners in the works of ADC, that they are shopping for another political party, you know. Is it possibly because they didn't do their due diligence before dumping their ambitions in the ADC? Now, when they meet again in another political party, taking for granted that it happens, do you think they will be able to resolve their differences and present a sole candidate, or consensually, or are they going to slug it out, you know, in the primaries, where we understand that it's only people with deep pockets that can win primaries in Nigeria? What would be the fate of each of them? Talking about Atiku Abubakar, Peter Obi, and Rotimi Amechi.
Now, let us look at it from this angle, Mr. Okoro.
Okay.
You have an opposition that have not decided where they are going. And then the ruling party took advantage to be cannibalizing them. And you are still running. So how long will you go? Are you going to run? How long are you going to run? I am expecting this opposition to stand their ground. In fact, by now, the opposition should have organized a massive protest that will shake the whole country concerning what the ruling party is doing to them, by infiltrating them, by undermining democracy, by being arrogant. These are issues that the opposition should have been hammering upon, so that the whole world will know that, yes, in fact, if they can organize such a protest, it will humble the opposition. After they did it at Ojota in 2012, when they wanted to embarrass Jonathan for removing fuel subsidy. So why is it that the opposition have not deemed it fit to protest against what is going on now? It will now help people to understand what they are going through. Highlight it. Highlight it. If you don't cry out, it's like a chicken. The chicken and the mother hen and the chicks. Is it not the chick that make noise and do those chipping that the mother will gather together? If you don't raise your hand, nobody will lift you up. Okay. The opposition ought to, because I remember what happened in Anambra when Ngige took over from Mbadinuju. Mbadinuju was silent on what the Oba brothers were doing to him. He never complained. Rather, whenever he collects allocation, the Oba brother will come and they share it and give him what they want to give him and collect the rest. And the man was there for over 2 years. Anambra schools were closed down because no money to pay teachers. Until Ngige came in. And they continued the same thing. No, that was when Ngige cried out. And they exposed everything to Anambra people. And for that reason, they supported Ngige. Anambra people came behind Ngige. So there are things you don't need to, keep quiet.
Okay, all right. But Barrister, I like the points that you have made, but back to the question proper. Do you think that is there a possibility that three of them will have a consensus on saying, okay, now we are determined, because we cannot, divided we fall and united we stand. So why don't we just take a decision and say, let us present one person, put all our weight behind the person and let the person go and slug it out with the APC? Do you think that could happen in the ADC or in any other party that they go to between Amechi, Atiku, and Peter Obi?
Look, what you just said now is inevitable. Because as of today, no one person, no one party can defeat the ruling party now. Because they have consolidated, they have dug deep into the trenches with the financial muscle, with their connections, with all the structures in their kitty. The opposition need nobody to tell them to unite. Because all over the world, it has always been like that. It is only a united opposition that can remove a sitting government. So none of them can do it on his own. And this is what I've been shouting from the beginning. So I don't need to be told that eventually reason will prevail and the opposition will come together and say, look, this is our man. Okay. And then everybody, all their energy will now be focused on the same man.
Okay, beautiful.
Then Nigerians will now know who to follow.
Okay, who to queue behind, either the president or the opposition
party. Exactly.
Okay. All right, but beautiful. Barrister, thank you very much. Now, let's go back to Honorable Pulevo. Honorable Pulevo, you're a member of the PDP. I hope I'm right on that. I hope I'm correct.
You're a member of the PDP. I hope I'm correct.
No, I'm not, though.
Okay, so which party do you belong to?
I'm a member of Youth Party. In fact, I'm the state chairman of Youth Party now.
Okay, Youth Party in your state.
Have you been registered?
All right. Now, the Youth Party that you are talking about, I want us to talk about the role of the youth in the North. Is the North still a monolith political unit in terms of when the North says, look, this is the person that we are queuing behind? Do we have dissenters? Do we have againsters? Do we have contrarians that say, look, no, you don't make decisions for us? In the 60s and 70s and 80s, we saw that happen when the North decide this is the person we are queuing behind. They go in that direction. Is it still the same one North? Or do we have some level of people say, no, enough of this and all of that? Can you let us into how politically aware the North has grown in the past 26 years of our democracy?
Thank you once more. We don't really have such kind of strong force obtainable in the North as at now, in the sense that it is difficult now for one person to just get up and just say, okay, we now go this way, and then everybody goes with him. It's difficult. In fact, even when the late president was alive, you still had dissenting voices.
Okay, we seem to be having a network glitch with the Honorable. The audio team, the tech team will try to sort that out. While they are doing that, let's come back to the studio where we have Barrister Darlington Agomo. Barrister, we were trying to look into the North. There is something you and I talked about the other day, and let me ask you pointedly now. As an analyst, you are a lawyer. Which party do you think that Peter Obi belongs to?
Peter Obi have always told you that he's with Labour Party.
Okay.
But he's in coalition with ADC. So I believe that when the chiefs are down, the parties will come together. Because when they realize that they cannot do it alone, nobody will tell them to come together. And maybe Peter Obi will be the arrowhead of whichever party they want to use. That is what I think. Because, like I told you, the man in office is not joking about this thing. He has taken care of so many. In fact, he's ahead of the opposition. he has already made arrangement and preparation, and so the opposition are doing catch up now, which is very sad. These are things they would have been doing long time ago. You know, I mean, They wasted a lot of time, and that was why the ruling party had to cash in. They wasted time. They created that loophole, that gap, and the APC is exploiting it. So there is no need for anybody to start guessing. The opposition, the time to act is now. Please, opposition, the time to is now. Nigerians are behind you. All you needed, galvanize them. Wake up Nigerians, they will quit behind you. But when you are docile, when you are undecided, when you are lukewarm, Nigerians will not even, they won't care.
Okay.
Right. If you wake them up, they will follow you.
Okay, thank you very much, Barrister. Points well taken. Now, we've been able to re-establish contact with Honorable Pulevo. Honorable, go ahead. I would like for you to land on your thoughts.
All right. Sorry for the network glitch.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, basically, so for us now in the North, there are largely two factors that are playing out and are affecting that strong bonding among the young people in terms of going towards one direction. The issue of religion and the issue of ethnicity. And in fact, the third and gentle one that is coming in now is what has happened in the past in terms of certain persons from certain regions of the North who have held positions of authority, how some people benefited and how others were neglected. These factors are affecting that unity and bonding. Because you find out today, an average Christian northern youth is sympathetic to the ambition of Obi, most of them largely because of religion or the religious affiliation they have with him, and so he enjoys a lot of support from them. And then you also find out there are some from the North, Muslim, who are also tilted towards Atiku because he's a Muslim. But above all, in the North, ethnicity too is there. There are some persons who feel it has to be a Fulani thing. This Hausa Fulani mentality, it has to be it. So you will now see that the person can also be a Muslim, but because he is of a different ethnic group and is not comfortable with the dominance of the Hausa Fulani community over other ethnic groups in the North, he will not go with a Northerner. Because they want to dominate and make the whole place look like it's all their area and everybody here is just like their kinsman. Just the way, a Southerner who has not really been to the North and spent a lot of time here just has this mindset that, okay, North they're all Muslim, they are all Hausa. It's always the common cliche out there in the South. So, but you find out that when you come up North, it's not the same thing. For example, I'm a Northerner, I'm from Taraba, I'm Mumwe by tribe, I'm not Hausa. I have my ethnic group, and Mumwe people are the dominant ethnic group in Taraba. But over time, you see so these are some of the kind of factors that are affecting us. So at the moment, you would hardly find that kind of unison and that that sense of strength towards one direction in the North.
So essentially, what you are trying to let us into is the fact that come election time, it is free, fair, and credible that people are likely to vote according to their preferences, tribe, religion, ethnicity, not basically because, look, this person is going to do a good job or that person is going to do a good job. Is that it?
It's telling more, truly. It's telling more in the North. It's telling more. So much so that some people will even tell you who they are going to vote for without even listening to the person.
Okay.
That is how sad it is. Because at least you should listen to some of his policies and programs. Tinubu got massive support from the North, largely because of the Muslim agenda. They didn't even want to listen to what is he bringing to the table. If he removes this subsidy, those practical ways that he is going to make the economy better, it was not there. But the fact that he's a Muslim, his vice is a Muslim, so it's a fight of religion. Okay. So our religion is just going to be the number one and number two citizen. Wow, we are aligning with it. And even those people
Honorable, we are coasting home now. We are running out of time. Let's just stay with the North. You are a Northerner. To be very honest, I'm very modest. Why is it easy for the North to always blame the Southern political elite for its woes? Can you let us into that, like in 2 minutes, if you can use 2 minutes? Anytime power comes to the South, that is when the North says, oh, we have been short-changed, we are out of power and all of that. Look at the poverty level, look at out-of-school children. But when Northerners are in office, they don't talk about those things. Buhari was in office for 8 years. Nobody heard the noise from the North. But just 2 years, everywhere it's more like getting into a conflagration. Why is that so?
It is not all Northerners. It is just some fragment. And especially Northwest. Northwest. Because, you know, when power comes to the North, they always feel we have the majority, it has to be with us. You know? So it is going to the Northwest. The support base of Obi is really building up in the North. Sincerely. That is one. Secondly, the Christian northern cycle now, I am telling you, if it is not Obi for them, let it be Tinubu. Is now they are falling in love with the Muslim ticket itself. So when most of these guys are coming up and saying, oh, marginalization, this one, that one, I've been on this station and other sister stations and I've made this very clear. Why the power drunkenness? Power was here in the North 8 years. We did not solve the out of school children issue. We did not settle insecurity. Our brother was here for 8 years. But we're expecting this guy to come and do within 2 years to put to rest all these problems. There is no sincerity of purpose. Okay. And that's the gospel. There is no sincerity of purpose. People are just desirous of holding on to power.
All right. Okay, beautiful. Now, Honorable, we are out of time. Can you use 30 seconds to give us a concluding thought on all that we talked about today? Just sum it up, a concluding thought.
Okay. Yeah, so basically for me, I have always said, and I still maintain this position, what we need at the moment in this country is not a coalition of some few individuals who are desperate for power. It's a coalition of the citizens for them to come together, realize that we've suffered enough. 26 years down into democracy, we are still battling with some menial issues like lack of water, lack of good roads and all whatnot. We need to come together. It has to be a coalition of the citizens of this country who will come together and say, we have to take it up and go for somebody who can truly solve the problem. Not these elites who are just desirous of coming to man our resources and subject us to a life unworthy of human beings. And so for me, I feel we need to stand strong and reject these few individuals who are so hungry and desirous of power, aligning themselves, putting up sentiments of religion, sentiments of ethnicity. Nigeria is bigger than few individuals. Let us stand. Let us hold on to our feet. If the opposition wants to unseat the current president, let them put their house in order. They are really not doing much. Okay. They have not been doing anything. Much of what they are doing is propaganda, noise all over.
All right, then. Beautiful. Thank you very much, Honorable Felix Pascal Pulevo. It's always a pleasure to have you on Political Lens. We appreciate your presence. Thanks for coming. Now, back to the studio here. Barrister Darlington, in 1 minute, can you sum up your payoff line on what you talked about?
What I've been saying here is that the opposition should wake up.
Okay.
As far as I'm concerned, they are sleeping. The opportunity and the advantages they have, they are not using it. In fact, PDP wasn't as bad as they are in office, yet APC was able to paint them black before the Nigerian public. So why is it that the opposition are not issuing press statements? I mean, every day. All those things that they are doing in office that people are not even aware, they should highlight it. This 210 trillion naira they are looking for in an NPC is an issue. It's an issue because the National Assembly called them to bring down money.
Okay.
And we are heard that it was misplaced. It's not missing. This is a campaign issue. That money is not peanuts now. All right. So they are not talking. All these EFCC and fight for corruption, they should bring it up. They should bring it up. Why are they harassing the opposition and leaving their own persons?
All right then.
So I am calling on the opposition. You should wake up.
Okay.
Don't sleep on your rights.
All right then. Thank you very much, Barrister Darlington Agommo. This is the best place to anchor this conversation. I've been speaking with two wonderful gentlemen, Honorable Felix Pascal Pulevo, who joined us all the way from Taraba State. We appreciate your presence. And Barrister Darlington Agommo, lawyer, VOP in-house analyst. Gentlemen, we thank you for coming to VOP, political side, to Political Lens, to be very precise. We appreciate your presence. And we do wish you a very wonderful weekend. Now, on behalf of the backroom staff, talking about the technical director, Manfred Umbre, the Injuries manager, Adora Bemi, bass engineer Ikechukwu Ezema, and the sound engineer Jerry Ete. I am Chukwu Makoro. Up next is Issues with Jerry Apollo High. Stay with us and don't go away. And don't have a lovely weekend. Bye for now.